Here is an explanation about how to play and practice and learn the flute region band Etude. First, note the key signature. It's in the key of B flat, so that would be your B flat scale. I highly recommend that you practice the scale first so that you kind of get your fingers going in that. Then note the time signature of 3/8. What that tells you is there are 3 beats in a measure and an 8th note gets 1 beat. So the first measure here would be played 1 te, 2 te, 3 te, all the way through. There's 3 beats in a measure, an 8th note gets 1 beat, so 2/16 are the 1 te, or the 2/8 note, or the 2/16 inside the 1/8 note. Notice the slurs, there's lots of them, and then there's tonguing and staccato tonguing over here. And then we have accents, so pay really close attention as you're practicing to all of the articulation markings that you see, whether there's tonguing or slurring or staccato or whatever. I've also added in some breath marks along the way, and those breath marks are to help you musically and also to help you have enough air to get through the next phrase, the next part of the song. Note also the dynamics. It starts off piano with crescendo, decrescendo, and then all of this is forte, and then it's back to piano. So there's a lot of dynamics as well. Also, pay attention, look at the rhythms in these 2 measures. Notice the first 8th note belongs to this group over here, and then this starts the next phrase right there on the high Ds. So the counting in this measure would be 1, 2 te, 1, 2 te, 3 te. So it goes on from there. And pay attention to the tonguing. Now, let's come on over here and look at these accents. See the accents on the really low notes? Realize that this is low E flat and low D. Remember to put that first finger down for those 2 notes. When you have them up higher in the staff, like this E flat here, you're going to have that first finger of your left hand up. For these 2, you'll have that first finger down. How in the world would you want to do an accent under a slur on a low note? What you have to do is blow a little bit harder air, but not hard enough that it raises the pitch up to the octave higher, E flat and D. So you'll need to do that. Let's talk a little bit about notes. These are the high Ds. That is a high G. You'll remember how to finger that. It's like a G, like this G right here, but with no thumb. So that's how you do that G. Notice that this part right in here is just chromatic. D, C sharp, C, B, B flat, A. So as long as you know your chromatic scale, you'll be fine coming down there. Okay, so we move on. We've gotten through all of these measures. Notice this measure and this measure are exactly alike. These 2 measures are exactly alike. These 2 measures are exactly alike. These 2 measures are alike. So realize that there's a lot of duplication going on, and when you already know one measure, just play the next one just like it. So you'll be fine there. Those 2 E flats are counted just like this measure here. So it's 1, 2 te, 1. Oh, there's a high A. Do you remember how to finger that? The high A is fingered like an A. Never mind. Look it up on your fingering chart. It's easier to do that than to try to explain it without you being able to see what I'm doing here. Again, you've got the low E flats and Ds here with the accents, so make sure you do those. This part right in here, this G here, ends this phrase, and then you're going to play those 6 notes loud, those 5 notes softly. Those 6 notes, notice they're the exact same, and then those 5 notes softly. Here, this is a chromatic sequence with each note repeated. So it's D, D, C sharp, D, D, C sharp, all the way down till you get to here, and then of course we have a B to end it. And just like we did up in here, we're going to do the forte piano, forte piano. That is a high F. Don't mistake that for the high A over here. And then when you get in here, again, it's just the chromatic like you had right in here, except that it starts on F instead of on D, like this one does. And then you get to right here, and then you get to be done. That's the end of it. Again, pay really, really close attention to dynamics, articulations. Where do you slur? Where do you tongue? How do you tongue? and rhythms, counting. Hopefully you'll have a lot of fun doing this because it's actually pretty fun to play. Anyway, have a great one. Thanks. Bye.